Hello, hello, and welcome to the show. SykoYoda's back here with some more Minecraft and on another adventure. And today, I'm getting into the project at hand, and that's creating a little bit of an easier way to get to my base from the Nether. The Nether portal here is in a very interesting location, and there's been more than a few people that have had issues with getting back and forth from their place to mine. I wanted to create something with this pond here, but I don't like the size and I don't like the layout per se. I'm gonna create an entrance from, I think, right there. Even though it's hollow underneath that section right there, I like the idea of coming in and around into a bay here. I'm also going to get rid of a fair amount of the water sources so that I'm not creating a bunch of lag that is needless and all that good stuff. But all that will be done in time. Today I'm just focusing on the entrance here and want to give a decent place for people to come in. I'm taking a look at both sides here, how close things are at. Pretty much centered. I think I'm going to go ahead and add it to this side. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a platform to which we can step out onto. Now there's an issue with that. As you can see, I got some resources on me ahead of time here. The main issue with that is that you have to have some kind of a solid block, because for some reason, although I don't seem to have this issue, Waterbear glitches through stuff when he comes over here. So I had lily pads on both sides, and every time he'd come through the portal, he'd get stuck in the lily pads. I don't really want that to be an ongoing situation for anybody, so I'm going to do that, I think. And then I just want to mimic this kind of and create like a four-way setup here. So we're going to go ahead and bring this over like a so, and do the same on either side here. But with this comes an idea that I don't really necessarily need or want to have portals on all sides. First of all, it does create some lag having multiple portals. Secondly, it allows for more zombie pigmen to come in and out needlessly. And also, I like the idea of playing with some glass. So what I'm going to do is make mock portals. If I take a look at this, I think this will work here pretty well. I forgot to do this beforehand, and I don't have a workbench on me, but I'm going to create some glass panes and make glass panes on two of these sides, and then put a portal on the opposite side of this, so I have two ways to get in and out. So if you want to head that direction or that direction, depending on where you're going in my area, you don't have to go all the way around, go through this one and go off. I think that'll be pretty good, but I also want to add some lighting in here, and I also want to add some more footing here. So let's go ahead and see if we can't figure out how to do this. First things first is I'm going to add a thing like so, and just do the same all the way around. That way, no matter where you come into the portal, you don't have to worry about glitching through the bottom here. And the other part of that is I want to add some lighting in, and I thought of a whole bunch of different ways to create some lighting, but I think I've come up with a concept that works using pumpkins. So I'm going to, oops, I'm making a hash of this here. Do that on all the corners, and then place down a pumpkin here, like so. And my hope is that I can cover this up so you basically won't see it. Come on. It's going to take forever to break these, isn't it? Alright, we'll get that in a second. And then we'll have those on the corners like that. We'll come up with the obsidian to the appropriate height here. on the top, I want to leave that as it sits. I don't know if I'm going to put some lighting up here, or if I am, how I'm going to do it. But I think we'll utilize the glass in this somehow. So maybe find a way to hide some lighting. Maybe like that. Could kind of mock up the same that we have in the bottom. Put one there. That might work. I won't be able to see the pumpkin at that location. This is going to create some dark on the outside, though. I'll have to think about that. Alright, let's go ahead and leave that there while I ponder that one. And then you're going to have this one here, will have the fake panes in it, and then again on this side we'll have the fake panes in it, and then another portal on this side. I also have some lily pads. Oh, I didn't bring them with me, all of them. I have some lily pads that I've been smashing as I've been going around. There's like swamps that just randomly generate underground, so they just leave lily pads behind, and I'll collect them. And my idea is to basically make a bit of a lily pad trail going off in either direction. But along with that, I want to go ahead and just make lily pads around the outside. So like this corner where you can kind of see the pumpkin, if I put, what the heck? If I put a lily pad right here, why won't that work? What is going on here? This is deep. Holy cow. That is amazingly deep. Alright, let's try this again. How about if I do it from the top? Okay. No, doesn't really hide it. Let's see here. Let's try a glass pane there. I don't really want to put obsidian all the way around. It doesn't look terrible. Yeah, it looks pretty bad. So, I think we will be putting obsidian all the way around, but that's not going to allow light to come through very well. How can we make this better? No, I think that'll work. So we'll have that like so. And there'll be some glow effect happening from that. Yeah. And then I can add another one out to it. Along with that, I could probably put in another glass block on the outside of this. Oh, I put that in the wrong spot. So that's where the pumpkin would go, and then that would go there. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab some of these here real quick. I do not want to lose those because they take a ridiculous amount of time to grab. So I will be recovering all of them as I can. So we'll hide another pumpkin right there. It'll be underneath the arm. And then the arm will go on top of that. And then I can take this one out here, which will be outside the portal. It will. Like that. Why did they sink so fast? Holy crap, I don't sink that fast. Does that make sense? Does that seem right? Something seems out of whack to me. I'm just saying. Like a soul? And then put another glass right there. I think I'm gonna do that. Alright, so we're gonna copy that pattern all the way around, get some lighting in, and then we can take a look and see how that works for us. I'm still working on the top here. I don't know what I'm gonna do for sure there, but I'll be right back with you after I get all this laid out. Well, let's see what we think. I think I might need to put another no, I think it's alright like that. I do have an issue with, and this sucks because that means I have to break all of the portals. I'll do it one by one, of course. I think that I should bring the obsidian down one more almost on that. It looks a little bit weird how it's like disconnected or not joined. And I know that it doesn't need to be that way. I don't know. I think I'll have to just let it soak in for a bit and see what happens. Unfortunately, this purple color, it is purple. Hello. You think you're gonna get the drop on me or something? Being all sneaky? Ain't happening. Unfortunately, this purple color looks more pink next to it, but it does pick up the colors that I wanted it to, and it creates a pretty good feel. It got a nice glow going on all around it. I reduced the amount of glass below to help make the light levels higher. Just the very edges here are 9. Everything else is 10 or higher, so there shouldn't be really any spawn. Oh, scared me. Shouldn't be really spawns going on. I also have a basic lily pad set up around here. I will embellish and make it better looking, like more randomized. But that was basically a whole stack there. I lost a couple. Oh, I need to get rid of a piece of glass here. This takes forever and a day to break underwater without efficiency. I need efficiency on my silk touch. Okay, so... Oh, don't drown, don't drown. What I'm thinking now is... The outcome of this worked pretty well. The light levels are good. Oh, check this out. It's pink snowflakes! Come on, that's pretty cool. I have a good location for a beacon, in case you haven't figured that out. That was what this whole idea was all about. So I'll have a beacon underneath here. It'll go straight up. Then I can have whatever I want right off the get-go. Health regen, or maybe some speed. I don't know. One or the other will be right here. And it's a good centralized location. I want to create some better environments, but for right now we have a decent layout for when people come over. They don't feel like they're getting stuck right away. So I want to drop off all this stuff, and then I'm going to work on some stuff in the Nether and kind of get a layout going on there. Been working over on the hole and gotten quite a bit of progress done on that. I'm at level 30 as of last night, so getting very close to being done there, and hoping to within probably a couple of weeks, maybe. I don't think it'll happen this week, but next week hopefully have people over to play some King of the Ladder and see how everything goes with that. I'm still debating on what we want to do as far as armor and swords and stuff. I think no armor and stone swords are the way to go. I think I'm going to drop the idea of having the knockback swords, just simply because it's just going to cause a heck of a lot of pain, and I think it'll be more fun with less dying versus more dying, if you know what I mean. I think everybody would just get frazzled too much if they constantly were dying, so that is the concept there. Alright, I'm going to drop everything off, and then we will head into the Nether. Be right back with ya. Swapped out some picks and stuff. Got myself the Efficiency 3 one. Essentially, I'm going to combine these two. Add the Silk Touch to that. It'd be perfect. But because the Efficiency 4 just goes so quickly through here, I don't really want to utilize that. What I'm thinking is I have this right here all the way down to the spawn area. And I want to incorporate this diagonal directly into my area somehow. So I want to basically be able to open up. See how quickly that goes? Directly into this. I'm hoping I can figure out a way to make that happen. So what I'm going to start doing is going this direction. Biggest issue with digging around now in the Nether is lava pockets. They've taken my life once, and they've taken Rain's life multiple times. It flows like water. I mean, it's so stinking fast. You just basically got to run. As soon as you see light, you should be taken off, and dig out that way a little bit so I know that I've hit it. and it's not forgiving at all. So it's something to constantly have to look out for. Oh, well, that came in perfectly anyway, didn't it? And it's something that is a real threat, which was nice to have that, because that was something that was lacking before. You never had to worry about anything. The zombie pigmen not being aggressive right off the get-go, essentially you put yourself in the ceiling, which is what everybody does, and you never have to deal with them unless you need to go down. You never have to deal with any danger unless you have to go down and grab glowstone or check out a nether stronghold. And so, you know, ghasts aren't going to come and get you up here as long as you stay away from the 4-block tall situation. Just make 3-block tall and they can't touch you. Speaking of which, you hear one right now. It takes a lot of the fun out of it. So we're going to do what we can to incorporate this into a large area that's going to have multiple portals. I hope to have a portal section for like the game section, the main island, the farm island, etc., and just pop through the portals back and forth between the islands, so I don't have to keep going through the water constantly. The boats are just not reliable enough to really do that. I love going on the water via boat just simply to see all of it, but because they are so unreliable and laggy, it's just not something that's really going to work. Okay, let's see here. If we do something like so, like that, I think we're gonna incorporate some kind of a angled look here. I'm just making this up as I go along. I didn't plan it out ahead of time or anything. This is the way in. I think that'll work, but I want to make that, yeah, so we're gonna do that back down, and then 1, 2, 3. So right now I'll just lay out a decent size area to give an appearance that I'm going to have this big area, and then I will add in blocks of some kind of design or what have you as time goes on. Recently been watching a few movies that we haven't seen when they came out, one of which was Big Hero 6. I'm pretty sure I haven't talked about this yet, man. If you haven't seen Big Hero 6, you need to. Even if you are a grown adult, I strongly suggest checking out that show. It is a really, really good show, and I think everybody can get something out of it. Let's go ahead and do that. It's got a lot of comedy. It's got a lot of good adventure elements. It's very much a comic book style thing, which I think it was intended, or it was already, in fact, a comic book style, or a comic book, or maybe it was a graphic novel. So it doesn't surprise me really, you know, that it turned out that way. It being as relevant and prevalent as it is right now with all the comic book stuff going on, it's very common to see that go, you know, across the board. Every time something becomes really super popular, everybody jumps on the bandwagon and tries to bring something to it themselves. Just the way it is, really. 1, 2. And 1. Well, that should be perfect, actually. That'll work. So we'll make a big kind of a circle type thing using this pattern here. We've got 9, 3, 2, 2, 1, and then we'll do like 1-1, probably like three 1-1s, or 3 1s, and then go back around. It'll be a nice big huge circle area, and hopefully that'll be able to incorporate or encompass enough of it. I might shift it a little bit as we go along here, but I should be able to get a decent circle thing going on. I'm going to go ahead and work on that more off camera, but something I haven't really got a chance to do was go down into the Nether and see if there was any strongholds around here. I know that Rain has found one. I think she is the only person that has found one, and as soon as she found that, essentially Water Bear, and I don't think Scree's really spent much time in the Nether, but Water Bear and Rain has been using that. No one else has really used another one. This is not as low as it goes. There's, yeah, I can't remember if this is like lava level or if this is below it. This is the original portal that came in for me when I spawned. This is lower, but I'm not seeing anything or any access through here, so it might be easier to use that other location. As you can see, there's lots of quartz and glowstone around. That's because I asked that nobody really use my area. There's plenty other Nether. Most people don't make the trip out here because even in the Nether, it's like 5 minutes to run the dang thing. So everybody kind of stays away from my section anyway. Got a lot of freaking lava around me. Holy cow. Let's go ahead and take this guy out. Did you just despawn? Okay. Is this all floaty? Can I get down here? You know what? Is this right back down where I was? I don't think it is. Let's go ahead and drop down here. Yeah, it was not where I was. I'm going to put a pillar right here, indicating that's the way up. That'll get us back close enough to where we know where we're going. Torch indicator going that way. I'm going to dig right through here. Get on the other side of this hair tying. Yeah, so we've been trying to get caught up on I guess current events when it comes to movies and stuff. You know, there's what the hell? There's a lot of stuff that we seem to miss because we spend so much time gaming or on the internet. I spend a lot of time doing stuff with Lego and YouTube, which means a lot of music. I'm not a fan of trying to watch a show that I have not seen before while doing things like Lego, because I end up just not doing Lego and watching the show. Oh, heck yeah! Here we go. Alright, so I want a marker here. I got one. What took you guys so long? I'm just saying. So like things that I want to the hell listen to, then that's no problem. So like podcasts or even Farlands or Bust, I listen to that versus watching it anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. But things like you know, a CTM map or something, you can't really listen to it because you're going to be missing a lot of what's actually going on. That'll work. So I just tend to listen to music while I'm doing Lego stuff, and I think that would be fairly normal for people. I think the difference in the problem... Hello. You just spawned, I know you did. Boom. That's gonna fall right in the lava, so no gas tier for me. So I think, you know, a lot of people that say that they listen to stuff or they watch movies while they're editing video and stuff like that, there's a lot of YouTubers that say that kind of thing. I mean, I can see how it's possible, for sure. I hear skeletons. But at the same time, I just couldn't do it. Like, Ooh. I feel like I would miss out on so much of what's going on, and would not be able to focus much on the task at hand. I would lose focus very quickly. In fact, I'll take the iron and the horse armor. Don't really need gold plates, although I'm going to be wearing those kind of things. You know what? I'll take everything with me. And I'll put one of those on because my iron one just broke. Take the chest with me too. Have not gotten anything out of the Nether yet, so this will be the first of basically everything for me. That is very much wrong, but we'll leave it. There is some nether wart, and here's another chest. I am specifically looking for diamonds because I'm always short on them. I don't really need saddles or anything anymore, but you know what? We'll grab them since we're here. It doesn't look like this one's going to be a very big one unless it's mostly buried. If it is mostly buried, that can be both a good and a bad thing. We'll just have to wait and see. That just looks like it's a balcony. So what I've been doing for these things now is essentially I'll just take one side and I take all of the nether wart on it and all of the soul sand. That gives me enough to start a decent sized farm right off the get-go, and then I leave the rest just in case something happens. There's always some available for me still in here. Okay, it is mostly just buried. This is always see, now this is the difference with these lava pockets, that just show up randomly. That was never a problem before. None of that would actually happen because of the level that these things spawn at. You would never have a situation where that would take place. But now, because lava will generate in pockets randomly throughout, this kind of thing happens all the time. It's very, very interesting and annoying to deal with. I don't like it. No, sir, I don't like it. I'm going to go ahead and head that direction first. This is obviously done. We're going to indicate that that's the way out there. And we're good to go. So that's my patented, that's the way out. I just put 2 torches facing the direction, or 1 torch facing the direction and 1 on top. And it just depends on if it's also active as a beacon or not. Because a lot of the times when you have a situation set up for lighting, you may have a large distance between them and it might be difficult to locate. It seems to be the higher the torch, the easier it is to notice. I am also needing some blaze rods so I can both get a ender chest going and some potions. I would like to have the ability of both of those things fairly quickly here, and it looks like that will be a possibility for me. There should be randomly stuff spawning in these things. So far, nothing though. Very, very quiet. I'm the only one on at the moment, so nothing else should be causing any issues with stuff spawning. But I haven't ran into squat so far. Lighting everything up here does not necessarily take away from spawn rates and stuff. I should still be getting spawning. If I get 1 blaze spawner, I will get plenty of blaze rods just from that, but you don't ever want to rely on that being a possibility, honestly. I think it was a very cool thing that they implemented there you go, random blaze spawns. Helps quite a bit with getting the random occasion to grab one versus having the issue with having to deal with the spawner. because the spawners can just be such a pain in the butt. I mean, really. Pain in the batootie. Okay, that should get rid of it here. Hide from this guy, see if I can entice him over. Or just take one right to the face. The flame bow is not going to help me very much against this guy, but I have a decent sword and stuff. You hear my computer working hard like crazy right now. What the heck? My computer is very tired. It wants to be replaced very, very badly. Come on. Nope. Okay. Looks like we got plenty more going on. There's plenty of blazing stuff over here. This is actually a decent sized one, dude. We should be able to find some more chests, and also should be able to get some wither skeletons, no problem, out of this, like that one right there. I'm gonna go ahead and just... what the heck?